live one-on-one conversation. 30 minutes of pure entertainment with musicians, writers, and actors to motivators, chefs, and even rappers to up-and-comers with the it factor. It's the Jazzie K Ward coming at ya. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs. Tune in, chime in, sit back, relax. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs. Live from WKRW, welcome to Artist Talk, a live one-on-one conversation with your host, the man with the golden voice, Jazzie K. Ward.
Welcome back to Artist Talk.
Listen, it's something about that intro that gets you like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Dr. G, you know what? It felt like we were just here yesterday.
It did. Once we back outside, people. Get it together.
We are back outside. How are you and Nia, the German lady?
Me and Nia, we're doing good. We had a big event on Saturday, but we're good. And then makes it worse is what is going on in Manhattan, in Brooklyn?
I know. Wait, I mean, you're right up. You're in New York, so what's going on?
Right there. Listen, listen. First of all, that is a busy bridge on any given day, and now you're talking about Saturday night at 8 o'clock. It's warm out. Everybody outside. That had to be something for those who just see the mass coming.
I saw it. I know. I was
You
like,
gonna pray for them.
how often do you think you cross that bridge?
It depends, because usually I'm crossing the Brooklyn Bridge because it's good food.
Okay.
Did the bridge not signal its turn? You know what?
I saw people standing there like on the dock, like, and it just kept going.
Yeah, because it's like on the waterfront. So it's like when you're on the pier, and it's like when on the pier, whether it's the Manhattan side or Brooklyn side, there's restaurants, there's things going on. So you're probably standing on the dock, and we see boats pass all the time. But they're probably like, what is going? Like, you're not going to clear that, and we got everybody on the side going to be navigators. No, you're not going to clear that. No, you're not going to clear that, and you didn't clear it, bro. You did not clear it.
You did not clear that bridge. I tell you. So in other news, I know there's a lot of stuff. People, I have not been keeping up with the Diddy trial. Have you been keeping up with that?
Not at all. I have other things to do at my time. I think people may be surprised with the outcome, because at the end of the day, it goes down to what is consensual, what is not. And all I say is, if you do a crime, you should pay for it. I don't care what you are, race, color, creed, denomination, rich, not rich,
That's right.
black, white, pink polka dots. I care less. If you are found guilty because you did these things, you pay for it. But I just say, people, just don't be so judgmental, because you only hearing what they want you to hear.
Exactly.
Some things are black and white, open and shut. That's it.
Right.
But then there's things that you just don't know. And I'm quite sure when it comes to defense, listen, names are going to be dropped.
Mhm.
People going to be getting divorced. I shouldn't say that. I'm just saying it's going to be a hot mess. It's just starting.
Right.
It's just starting.
Okay.
So if we get in all what I hear like in the background about
Mhm.
it's not going to get better. And
It's
I
not
just
gonna
say
be
I'll wait for the outcome.
right. So I'm gonna put you on the spot, and I know I'm so excited about this show tonight. We have Jay Dot the artist, my boy Jay the artist, is on the show tonight, y'all. Okay, if you don't
Listen,
know this brother, as what we say on the show, Dr. G,
hashtag shame on you.
shame on you. And we're gonna
Shame
be
on you.
talking with him about his music. But I'm gonna just put you on the spot. I wasn't gonna do this, but you put me on the spot, and I'm just gonna put you on the spot.
Okay.
So from what you've heard so far about the trial,
hmm
look, we're not saying anything. Guilty or not guilty?
I'm going to make this a little more complicated because there's not just one charge.
Right.
So I mean, abuse, we've seen it. It's open and shut.
Right.
Guilty.
Okay. Okay. I got you.
I'm
Well,
gonna say they're probably gonna find him not guilty. 'Cause, I mean, you're not here to think about this 4-day party. Who is? I'm
that,
gonna stop. I'm gonna stop before I slide on my chair. Make sure I got no baby on.
right.
I'm sorry that was cheap, but listen, you, okay? Y'all thinking it. We gonna have we already had all the jokes going with the baby oil, and I said
Right.
that's the goddamn slippery slope. That is a slippery slope. The question you asked me.
Slippery slope.
I
Well,
just I just hope that whomever um has suffered in this seek help because from what I'm hearing, it's a lot of turmoil, it's a lot of issues, and these issues, when you accept abuse or take abuse, there's things in the background that hasn't been talked about or seen where you think that I have to deal with this. So whoever is in this and whoever's a victim, I hope they get help. Because in a sense, if he did all these things and he did all these things, we
right.
hope that if something's not clicking up here, we hope he gets help too. So whoever it is that's a victim, um, I just hope that they get help.
Yeah, me too.
Yes,
Uh,
but I'm a slide on out of here, but
so in other news, and before we get into I introduce my artist, I had a great weekend. I had the opportunity. We went to Birmingham. I saw Gladys Knight, Stephanie Mills, Patti LaBelle, and Shaka Khan. I feel for
Shaka
you
Khan,
because I love you.
Shaka Khan. Wow, how was that show? That had to. I listen.
Yeah, yeah. It
See,
was
I
an it
love
was a
concerts like that, but the one thing about concerts like that, it becomes a sing along.
yeah. I was singing. I was singing. They couldn't hear me, but I was singing.
Let me start right now. No, I'm not. I'm just teasing.
Exactly. Well, hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of Artist Talk. I'm your host, Jazzie K. Ward, and my beautiful, lovely, gifted, and talented co-host is none other than Dr. G, who is here tonight.
Hello, hello,
She does a
hello.
segment, Mind, Body, and Soul, where we will also, she'll give us some great tips and stuff for the night of the show. But this ain't about me. This is about our wonderful guest. Jay, the artist, Jeremy Johnson, who is the performing artist. This brother's a songwriter. He's an actor. We got to talk a little bit more about this acting. I just kind of discovered a little bit of that. I want to know a little bit more on the show about my boy, about Jay, the artist. And we are so happy to have him on the show. Artist Talk. Shame on me for just having him on the show because this brother definitely has that it factor.
It's factor, yes, sir.
And he has a new release out that came out 2025. I think I have that right. Unwind, Dr. G. We got an up close and personal, like live behind the scenes in the green room. Did you hear him?
Listen, I'm ready to go on tour.
I know I'm ready to go through it.
Listen, I have no problem being a backup singer. Okay, cut my
Me too.
check. I don't have to be in the front. I don't want the pressure. I'm gonna get back there. I'm like, ooh, and then that's it.
Right. Yeah. We love that. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's give a warm round of applause to our special guest tonight, recording artist, Jay the artist. Give it up. What's up, Jay?
What's up, brother? How are you? And how are
I'm
you?
good. So is it cool to call you Jay? You want us to call you Jay the artist? Jeremy, how do you want us to
I rebranded earlier this year due to some issues. So I've left Jada Prince behind, and I am simply J dot. That little dot, it does matter. J dot, the artist.
Right. Did you hear for the people in the back?
Mm-hmm.
The dot.
J dot. Don't forget the dot artist. Put some
That's right.
Respect on my name.
That dot, J dot, the artist. Yes,
J
yes.
dot.
Very deliberate.
And
Period.
so
Mhm.
is there a symbolization for the dot? Is there something? Tell us about that.
Absolutely. Like, so I'm a former English teacher, 14 years. And one of the things that I am just an absolute stickler for is punctuation and grammar. And so I would, of course, have students who would write lots of sentences and forget to put that dot, signifying the end of the statement, signifying this is a complete statement. And so for me, the dot represents completeness. J dot, the artist. I am complete in Christ, in God, and in myself. And I don't need anybody's validation. I am J dot, complete.
Amen. 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 What's the collection plate? Pass the collection plate.
The doors of the church out.
Oh man, that's it. But that's it. That's what it's about. Yes, sir.
We love that. But I want to say, my brother, welcome to the show. It's an honor to have you on the platform. Welcome to my 8th season of doing Artist Talk. And you know what we have on this platform is artists that we know, whether you're mainstream indie artist, but you definitely have that it factor.
Wow.
And shame on me for just having you on the show, but I'm so glad you and I were able to connect, because I think we connected on Facebook, and I believe by divine people cross
Intervention.
paths.
That's right.
Reasons, right, Dr. G?
That's right. It happens for a reason, and whatever it is. And listen, you cannot apologize. Here go my little life coaching speech. You
Come
can't
on.
apologize for not having them on earlier, because right now is the right time. It
Come
wasn't supposed to be
on.
before.
That's right. There you go.
So it happened now when it's supposed to happen. I told you last time. People think
Mhm.
that, oh, if I made a different decision, it would turn out better. There's
Right.
only a 33% chance it would have turned out better. A, it could have turned out better. I get it.
Right.
B,
Right.
the same. Or C, it could have been worse. Or as the kids say, worser.
Period.
I
Period.
love
Worser. Period. Okay. So I think a lot of times we get hung up on that. If I'd have met him, so no, it ain't guarantee it would have turned out or worked out. Right now is the right time. That's it. That's it. That's
I
it.
love that.
Man, and can I just chime in briefly to that? Like, I absolutely agree with Dr. G. Like, I'm a firm believer, divine place, divine time. You
Right.
know, like you said, we met, Facebook. I love the fact that I reached out to you. I love the fact that I saw you busy. You know, if I didn't see you busy, I'd probably be like, man, forget that show. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that you are consistently busy, which says to me that you are thriving in this space, and who doesn't want to be associated with greatness that way? So now is the season, and we are here, and thank you. It is my honor to be here. It is my greatest honor to be here.
Listen, Jazzie, we told them before, y'all better get on this show now while we still look before we get big time. Then you're gonna be begging, and we're gonna be like, nope, my thing is full.
Before you get bigger.
Bigger. ABC,
More
NBC,
bigger.
BET, we here. You know, satellite radio, Sirius XM radio. We can get a show.
Absolutely.
No, not we can get, we will.
We will. There you go. There you go. Put it out there in the atmosphere. I love that, Dr. G.
Power in the tongue. Power in the tongue.
Yes.
Power in the tongue. That is true. So, Jeremy, we do this segment called The Real You.
Okay.
And so I'm just going to ask you some questions, maybe thought-provoking questions. Don't take them too serious. Whatever is on your heart, you feel like you want to answer them the best way, just so those who are on live now, for those who go back and watch the replay of this show, they get to know J. Dot, the artist, a little better, okay?
Let's go for it.
And so my first question is, where do you find the most inspiration? Is it life? Is it dreams? Or maybe from other artists?
I would say dreams.
Okay.
Dreams, and I would have to honestly couple that with life.
Okay.
Everything about life inspires me. Every single moment, you step outside, there's some inspiration to be found if you're open to it. So
Okay.
yeah.
Have you ever felt like giving up? And if so, however you answer that,
Ooh.
what pulled you back?
Yeah, I felt like giving up. I definitely have felt that. In fact, I think I was talking to my partner about that the other day. I think the thing that pulls me back or that helps me to keep going is knowing that I have invested way too much in this journey. And I'm not just talking about finances, I'm talking about my time. Other people, I feel that I've heard it said, but I believe there's some truth to this. I believe that there are others' dreams and purposes in life linked to mine. And so if I were to give up, I might be cutting off in some weird, strange, crazy way that lifeline for them achieving their dreams. One of the things that I used to teach my students is that don't just graduate and get a job. Have a dream, And so for me, I love walking that walk. I still have students. In fact, I just relocated to Durham, and I'm gonna keep this short so you can get back to your questions. Just relocated to Durham 3 years ago. And just about a month ago, when I was doing a presentation at a school, a young man hopped out of the bus. He said, "Mr. Johnson?" And I was like, only my former students call me Mr. Johnson. And so just knowing that there are still students who sometimes they'll walk up to me and they'll say, "Inspired to learn, prepared to teach." That's a mantra that I would actually start my class out with. And to know that I am teaching and living the example that I taught them is what drew me back. I can't give up. I'm too deep in to give up. So
wonderful.
Yeah. And don't you agree, Dr. D? Somebody needs to hear that. Because whoever watched this program,
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that.
We're gonna have to take that J. Dr. Artist. We're gonna use this on the show, right, Dr. G?
I like that because, like I said, listen, whatever you're doing is affecting somebody, positive or negative way. So at the end of the day, your goal is to do your part. Once you do your part, the rest is on them.
I do. I love that. And so another question I really like, and I asked Andre, I guess, this last week, but I thought it's such a profound question, is how do you get from challenges to peace?
How do I get from challenges to peace?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing profound, bro, but one moment at a time. Oh. That's all I got for you. One moment at a time. Eckhart Tolle has a book that I read some years ago called The Power of Now. And so what I continuously strive to operate is being in the now. It's very easy for me to get caught up in, yes, I want a Grammy, or not only with the Grammy, I want the money and the pull that comes with having that. I don't really care for the Grammy, but the pull and the money, what I'm saying, the opportunities associated, that's what I want, right? But that is not now. So in order for me to get there, I just have to stay in the present and know that eventually, if that is in alignment with what the divine has for me, then it shall come to pass.
Right. And it's funny because I thought about that, like, and I make reference to church sometimes. My pastor, Pastor Furtick, said the same thing about you can't, not actually his wife said, you can't do the time traveling thing. You get stuck with behind and what happened then, or go too far ahead where you're not enjoying what's happening right now. I tell people all the time, if you're looking behind you, you're going to miss what's right in front of you. You're going to walk right into a wall because you're looking behind. And look, good, bad, or indifference, the one thing that you're going to do is you're going to have a learning experience. You're going to learn A, what to do, or B, what not to do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you.
Time traveling will get you sucked up because you can go into what if, maybe I should. You don't put yourself in a place where it hasn't even happened and probably won't even happen, but mentally you put yourself there.
Right. I love that. Hey, my friend Greg Dunmore out of Detroit, Michigan, Greg Dunmore TV. So the question, we tried to immediately find Jay's music and I could not, but at least I know his name. So I also put his link tree And Chef D, we can pop up his link tree, which will take you to his website. But his music is also available on Spotify. And where else, Jay?
So Spotify, we got the SoundCloud, YouTube is different, mostly performing videos on YouTube, but mainly SoundCloud and Spotify. And I've got some songs that are currently being uploaded to Spotify, but the distributing company that I go through, sometimes they be jiving with me. So I'm fighting them now to hurry up and get more music uploaded there.
Okay. I love it.
For those who are looking for his music, you can also follow him on Instagram.
Absolutely. Instagram as well. Please.
Shameless plug.
Thank you.
Oh, that's right. He's also on Instagram. And he has a new single we're going to talk about a little later in the show. Jay Dot, the artist, is also going to perform his latest single. It's called Unwind. I promise you, you will be unwind. You're going to groove a little bit. I'm telling you, right, Dr. G? You're going to groove
and
a
if
little
you miss it, shame on you.
Shame on you. I see. Hey, my friend, recording artist, Mr. Cleveland P. Jones. That brother can sing, can't he? Okay. I need y'all to do
something. He can sing.
We love Cleveland. What's up, the Big Show? The Big Show, OBR CEO. Welcome to the platform. And my final question I had, what's been the most challenging part of your journey so far?
That's two parts, really, bro. So I would say finances, that has been a challenge, especially when I was, teaching, earning a teacher salary, trying to do music and buy ramen noodles at the same time. That was hard. Like,
not the ramen noodles. Ramen noodles.
For the life of me, I was gonna say I don't understand, but I do understand why they teach what they do. I do understand. But that was hard. That was hard. Striving to do music on a teacher salary was absolutely a challenge. And I would say the second part of that challenge is getting people who have been walking this walk with you all your life to like, how did you say it, Dr. G? Did you share my shit?
Share my shit. That's why I'm not rich.
Like, share my shit. That's all I ask. Like, I share yours.
The thing about that baffles me about that is that it costs you nothing to share. It doesn't cost you a dime to share anything. Tag someone, pass it along. You see someone on the street, hey, sharing is caring.
Right.
And it costs you nothing.
Sharing is caring, people.
Come on. But that's it. That's in a nutshell.
Right. And so Dr. G and I talk about this. You have a new release out. Yes. Whether it's 99 cents, $1.29, $2. Dr. G, what's your favorite line about Starbucks and coffee?
Listen, you want to piss it out in a minute. I ain't say it like that. I'm just saying.
But music.
I saw that glass of wine. I got excited. I'm sorry. I'm gonna drink my water. So yeah, listen. A cup of coffee will cost you. You get to play that. You get to drink that one time and it's over. At least with the song, you can play it over and over and over. You get to enjoy it over and over again. And again, music is medicinal. You put on a good song, your house get clean. You can lay down, take a nap. You in a good mood. You singing, you moving, you bobbing. You forget you even dancing. Listen, music is medicine. Music is medicine. That's why if you come in my OR, you're going to hear what I want to play all day, or you can work next door.
We love that. That's what I like. And so, again, everyone, if you're just tuning into the show, I'm Jazzie K. Ward, your host for Artist Talk. My co-host is the lovely Dr. G, Dr. Chantel Graham. Our special guest tonight is recording artist Jay Dot, the artist. All you have to do is Google this brother, go to his YouTube channel. Again, Instagram, Spotify, wherever music is sold, just type this brother's name in and go download the song. Throughout the show, you'll see his website. It'll stream across the page. It'll also be in the chat. You can just copy, paste it, boop, pop it right there in your browser, and it'll take you right there wherever music is sold. That's right. Music is definitely medicine. So getting into the grit of the show, Jay, and so we're going to go back a little bit. Okay. And so take us back to you growing up. You grew up in North Carolina?
So I grew up in Jersey, South Carolina, North Carolina. Yes. Gotcha. was born in Jersey, lived there for a couple of years. And then we migrated to the South Carolina, where I've spent my elementary years through, I want to say, middle school, or part of middle school. Then we went back up to Jersey. And this was not because we were jet setters and rich and all that. This was because, times are hard. You know what I'm saying? Times are hard on the boulevard. And so, we floated back up to Jersey from, I would say, I think from what I remember, 7 through I think like 13 or something like that. And then I came back down to South Carolina, where I finished my middle school through high school years, and then did undergraduate in South Carolina. And then after graduating, came to North Carolina for the first time.
I love that. I always like to share this. I remember, hey, CJ, when I was growing up in Ohio, and I remember as a young child, I grew up around a lot of music. My parents in the basement, what is the red light, blue light, whatever was going on with the blue light in the basement. You heard music and records, Nancy Wilson, I heard so much Lou Rawls and Nancy Wilson and George Benson and the Commodores that I just think that I didn't have any other choice but to love music. And I just want to ask you, Jay, was that the same for you when you grew up? Did you grow up around a lot of music? I don't know. Was it gospel? Was it R&B? Was it jazz? How was it for you in your house?
I'm glad you framed it like that, because I was about to say, yes, I did, but it was all Jesus, the Holy Ghost, Jesus. Come on and come on. Yeah, that's what I grew up around. Anything else was pretty much forbidden in my home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. My parents were different. Like, you could play everything you wanted Monday through Saturday, but on Sunday, she don't want to hear, as a mother would say, that bibbity bop bop music. Okay. It was the Lord music on Sunday, and that was it. Or you had nothing. So we had Monday through Saturday. We can play rap, we can play whatever we want to do. And then then they had their family over and their friends over. Is what I call brown liquor songs. Wow. They putting a quarter on the needle, everybody got their little drink. And you heard all the good stylistics. You heard the Commodores. You heard everything. But that's what we used to call them brown liquor songs. Once they start talking about way back in the day, you be like, oh, here they go. That was a way to clean the room with kids. When you start with back in the day, or when I was a young age. Oh, we out of here. Thank you. Good night. God bless.
Good night, everybody. And so, Jay, that's interesting, because when I always, with so many guests and friends that grew up, because I've had friends like, they had to go to church every Sunday. They didn't listen to this. So how did you get the opportunity or the chance to say, even listen to secular music, as I would say? How did you come across it?
That's a good question, Jazzie. And I don't know that I actually have that full recollection. Truth be told, beyond, I would say, high school, maybe around peers. Okay. And well, actually, I guess maybe even middle school, late 8th grade, because I remember actually hearing, like, I can't remember. I think Whitney Houston might have one or two of her songs might have been popular then. But I would definitely say it was the influence of the children in the neighborhood. But in my house, it was not. And I'll tell you, so much so that I discovered that I had a love for writing at 13. And I started writing songs. And, I think this is not a diss to my mom, because she's my greatest fan now. But I'll never forget, like, at a time, I was writing lyrics, and my mom discovered those, and she said,
I know you're not going to sing that song.
I know you're not. Exactly. And ripped up my song pad. And those were songs that I was pouring my little 13-year-old heart out into, But yeah, I would say through the influence of peers and in school, and maybe somewhere out and about in the community, but not in my home. Not until I was of age and got out the house, really.
Listen, we don't judge a mom. Mom was doing the best she can with what she had at the time. So that's what it was. That's what it was. And look at that, all those little things that they did that we look at like, oh my goodness, they did all those little things. But again, that made you who you are now. So it just contributed to who you are and what you're doing right now. So we don't negate any of that. We say whatever those little tidbits were, we're going to take them, embrace them, and just look at where we are now.
If I can, let me tell you, and I'm so glad you said that, because even though I don't consider myself a gospel artist, I really don't really like labeling the genre of music that I write, but I know for sake of identifying with people, you kind of have to put yourself in a genre somehow, right?
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you, anybody who's ever come to a show, and I don't want to go too far ahead, but they'll see me. I might do the whole R&B thing, but it is nothing for me to break out into some gospel-esque sounding music, or even that preacher that I'm supposedly supposed to be comes out in the performance, and I love that, and I know that that is only because of the gospel and the church influence that I grew up with. So I'm grateful to that. Absolutely.
But I think that, Jay, I think that makes you even more well-rounded artist, don't you? Because you can get so many different facets from you. So, you hear the little church. Now, I hear gospel in you, true enough, but I also hear pop and I hear rock in you too. When I hear it, I hear that because you got that spunk, you got that jet, you got that it factor.
I received that. Thank you.
When I hear that, and this new song, Unwind, and I'm looking here at the time, y'all. And Chef D, what I want to do is we have a promo. Hey, my friend Al C4, Jay the artist. He's gonna perform his latest release called Unwind. And coming up, I'm gonna show a promo clip from a movie that's coming up. And we're going to have more conversation with myself, Dr. G, and Jay, the artist, right here on Artist Talk. Get ready, y'all. Go get your popcorn, your wine. This amazing performance you don't want to miss right here on Artist Talk.
Hey, my divas. Plus size, just as fine as can be. Real plus size. Burn, baby.
I hear everything I prayed for.
We always have to lift each other up.
Do you need me to come over there and pick you up?
That is not love. He's gonna regret all of this. You're the one that broke this, not me.
Ruby!
What? I don't know how much longer I can deal with this marriage.
Go to hell.
I trained for love. Please. After I gave you all of my goodness. Help us, please.
So if you love those women, make sure they know.
I'm sorry, baby.
Can I take a little bit? Oh, I hope you can handle it.
I forgot I was in it. I'm looking for the rest of the movie. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm in a show right now.
The untold stories of secrets of a plus size diva. My friend Sylvia Wilson. That movie is about her life. Coming to a theater in New York. So the film has been traveling to local theaters across the country, and hopefully it will be on a major network very soon. So we wish her the best. They'll be on the show to talk about the movie. Maybe we can get Jay the artist and some of the other artists. She's also looking for artists. She's writing a second part to the movie, and so she's looking for artists to be filmed to maybe perform in the show. So we're gonna have to talk about that, Jay. What's up, my
get
brother?
my voice ready. I'm about to.
That's right. Good to see you, Joel Treese. He's another amazing gifted artist. All y'all need to connect. Jay the artist. We got Joel Treese. We got all of these amazing gift people here. But tonight, it's all about Jay the artist. Your latest release is Unwind. And I always like to ask my guests, before you get into the song, what is Unwind about?
Unwind is simply what I feel we all need to be doing right now, right? Mm-hmm. With all that is going on in the world, and there's so much, I think it's deliberate. It's trying to get us in a place of uncertainty, of feeling lost, feeling confused, frustrated, just not our best selves.
Yeah.
And I think much of the things that's going on are out of our control because these are people with power and money and resources that, you know, I have power. You have power. We all have power, but I ain't gonna sit here and say I got $10 million to combat what certain fools are doing right now, right?
Let me hold something.
But what I do have is a voice and the power of the pen.
Yeah.
And so Unwind is me taking the power of the pen and telling all the people that under the sound of my voice, you know what? Excuse my language, fuck all this shit that they got going on. Let's just unwind. Let's allow ourselves to disconnect from all this foolishness. I don't care if you want to grab a partner, a love interest, or friends, your girls, your boys, your whomever. But let's just tap out that shit and let's just get to a place where we can say, I'm gonna woosah, and I'm gonna let spirit speak to me, and I'm gonna be knowing that I'm all right because I'm in good company. Let's unwind.
You know what? On that, I think we need to unwind. Ladies and gentlemen,
Let's go.
Without further ado, recording artist J. The Artist. This is his latest release. It's available now for streaming. It's called Unwind. Go buy it now, download it, get one for you, your mom and them, your auntie them, your cousin, even your enemies. Buy them one too. They need to unwind. Okay.
That's why they mad.
Working hard all week. I know exactly what I need.
Just relax.
It's driving me crazy. Been feeling lately. Some things don't need no words. Some things ain't got to be said. We know what time it is. We lock eyes and nod our head. I'm about to hit up and place my. We about to be sheltered in place. He coming over. Coming over. I'm about to pull him closer. Pull him closer. We gonna do. It's about that. Fear not to be, let's Netflix and chill. Can make our own movie just for the thrill. Lights, camera, action. It's about to go down. Sit on the sofa, babe. Let me pour you another round. Alexa, play your hands round. We about to be sheltered in place. Got myself a bottle of wine. Me and babe. Wine. He coming over. About to pull him closer. Yeah. We gonna do. Baby, out right there. It's about that. Hey. Hope y'all like that.
We love it. We love it. Oh, look at this guy over here. I can't.
He's coming over.
Hey.
Coming over.
Hey.
Hey, we coming over. We coming over. I'm sipping on a glass of wine.
Okay.
The song is so good. It's groovy. You know, as you were talking, Jay, about in this world, what's going on across this country, we need music. We need good music that can echo through your soul, your mind, your body, and the spirit. And I don't just say things on Jay. Once we continue to become friends and learn, I don't just say things out of my mouth just to say them. This is real. I listen to music pretty much 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm at home. I work from home. I'm able to really dive in. I'm a lyric person, and lyrics mean a lot to me. I don't know about you, Dr. G. How do you feel about it?
Listen, I hear some of these songs and I don't know what they be talking about. I thought they were speaking another language.
Um,
But yeah, but think about it. Back in the, I'm now telling my age. Back in the day, prior music, from what I hear today, it had meanings. Everybody had a unique style. Everybody had a story, and you took time to learn the words.
Mhm.
Some things, maybe I said, "What are they talking about? Are they even speaking English?" So
right.
when I hear good lyrics, I listen. I take time to learn it. You know how you have to use to stop the recorder and write the word down, and then go
Mhm.
back and that's how you learned it, or reading
Right.
the inside of the CD or the cassette.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We love lyrics. We love
Right.
lyrics.
And I listen to the intro, and I like the part we say, "We're coming closer and
He
closer."
coming over. He coming over.
Hey,
It has a groove to it, right? And
it
so when
does.
I was working out the other day, I was running. I do sprints, and I was cooling down, and so I run kind of on the street, and so where my gym is, and I had these earplugs, man, and I had the song. So when I get to my end point, I always be dancing on the at the corner because whatever I'm listening to, and I was listening to Unwind, and people be coming down the street, they just be blowing, and they be like, one lady stopped me, and she said, "Baby, what do you be listening to? Because you be in your own little world."
J. Dot the artist. Okay, here you go. Look, here you go.
Oh man, thank you.
Yeah, and so when people hear your music, what do you want them to take away from J. Dot the artist?
I want them to take away self-love,
Oh,
self-love,
Nice.
self-acceptance, happiness. I I'm not a thug. I've interviewed in other interviews, people kind of tap into a little more of my personality upbringing. And I'll be the first to tell you, I don't know nothing about being no thug. My pants are never sagging. They're always up, Urkel style. Well, not quite that high, but I'm just I'm a gentleman. I'm a gentleman.
right.
And um I think that for me, I don't have. Some people make, as we were talking about lyrics early. Some guys can write the nigga, 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 shoot, some guys can write music like that. It's never come to me to write music like that. I don't know that I care to write music like that. But I just believe in this world, if we loved ourselves more, if we accepted ourselves more, and that's hard to do, I believe, at times, especially depending on your upbringing
Right.
and who you may currently be in your life, right?
Right.
But if we can get to that place of self-love, self-acceptance, I think that that would create less judgment of others.
Okay.
And I'm not there.
Okay.
There are still times when I can be my own harshest critic. My
Mhm.
father tells me sometimes you're so selfish, and sometimes I can be selfish, right? But even with that, I'm learning to embrace that that's a part of me that I have to work through in order to get to the other side of God has destined me to be.
And
But
then maybe
if
sometimes you gotta be a little selfish. You gotta be a little selfish sometimes. Because if not, people mistake that kindness and they will keep taking and taking and taking. And if you don't hold any part of yourself for yourself, you get rolled away. And now what is left? So don't apologize for being selfish. You just gotta take it back a little bit, maybe.
Yeah,
But sometimes it requires you to be selfish.
that's right. Because I was going to ask you, especially, just artists in general, because how much of yourself, Jay, do you give away? You think about when you write songs, right? Like Unwind, when your professional life, your personal life, how much of your personal life comes out through your music?
Jazzie, that's a great question. And I will say, I think over my 30 plus years of doing music, talk about dating ourselves. Over my 30 plus years of doing music, I would say more and more of me has become public access
Right.
as I've gotten older and more mature. as I have gotten more comfortable with who I am and started embracing all of me, then I'm free to share that and not worry about who thinks what about it. But
Okay.
this was not an overnight thing. One of my there was an article written about Unwind, the music video, a couple of weeks ago, and the writer said, "Gone are the days of Where," which is one of the songs that was very popular that I wrote over 10 years ago. And in that song, at the time where I was singing the lyrics, "Where could she be?" You know, and I think at the time maybe I thought I meant "Where could she be?" You know what I'm saying? But here in 2025, you know, I'm so grateful to be able to write music that's true to my heart. You know, when I was writing Unwind, I didn't have a problem about saying he coming over because I was referencing the love of my life. You know, who is a he? You know, and then I said, well, you know what, we can make this even cooler by letting my homeboy, you know, speak from his perspective. So he got the she on lock. So we get everybody in the house. So we can have one big party. But my point is, it's taken some time to get to this place of freedom. Now that I feel that that's where I am, it's a beautiful thing to be able to share all of that and still keep what I don't want you to know to myself.
I love that. You know, I think the powerful word that you just mentioned, which I haven't mentioned a long time on the show. Well, we just came back season 8, so we've been gone a minute. So I love the word. I love using words, freedom. And so when I say the word freedom, if you can give me one word of what freedom means to you.
Freedom? But what freedom means to me?
Mm-hmm. Or if you can say a word or a sentence.
Okay. Freedom to me is being clear in my set of choices and not worried about how others perceive those choices.
There you go.
There you go. That wraps it up.
That wraps it up. And that kind of takes me into Chef D. There's a clip, and I told you, Jay, that there's a song that I was working, but then I came across, and I want to play for our guests tonight. If we're able to pull that up, Chef D.
Chef D is on it, by the way.
Chef D doesn't get enough credit. Chef D keeps us here. He keeps us going. He keeps us honest. We just got to start paying him more.
You're going to get a raise, Chef D.
How can men just ignore beautiful baby's eyes? Heartbroken mothers cry. When did we become so blind? We're so lost. Can find our way. Spirit, we need you. We need you like yesterday. Change our hearts, starting with me.
I love that.
That is amazing.
Wow.
And Jay sent me another
So
video.
appropriate.
I thought this song was so appropriate for the show. And when I saw it, I said, I'm not going to tell him, so I hope he don't be mad at me. But I felt like I had to play that song because it's so needed. And a question I wanted to ask you, one is about the song. And what's your responsibility, if any, do you feel that artists or yourself need to speak on, say, social issues?
I can only speak for me as an artist.
Right.
And I feel like it is my responsibility. I'm a vessel. I'm just a vessel. I think that let me back it up. I am just the vessel. And I think that being in this very European, Eurocentric driven society, that flaunts green, worthless paper in front of us. It's that tool that is used to blind, I think, many artists from our truest purpose. My purpose, now don't get me wrong, I do want to amass a certain level of material wealth, but I also understand what the purpose of gaining wealth is for.
There you go.
When we acquire wealth to just hoard it, and when we do anything to acquire that wealth at the expense of others, then I think we are missing the mark about what our truest purpose as artists are. I have always believed, and I still believe to this day, that artists are the divine's voice in the human form when we allow ourselves to be used that way. And so to me, I am God's voice.
There you go.
I am tapped into spirit at my highest frequency.
That point.
And it is my responsibility to speak on the issues that are making this world the opposite of what I believe the divine wants it to be. It is my responsibility to speak on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well said. Well said. 100%.
You want to add to that, Dr. G? Anything you want to say?
I'm just saying he's so on point. It is what it is. We all have, listen, this world is made up of a lot of different people. You can agree to disagree, you can live and respect each other, but if you're doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do, even when no one's looking, the world by itself will just be a better place. Worry about yourself, focus on yourself, and part of focusing on yourself is also helping the next man. You know, it's not about being selfish to that point where if I see that you have a need and I have what I have, I can share.
Right.
Because it's not going to cost you much to give me a little bit of a little, you know. And sometimes it's not even about a monetary thing. It can be about sharing an eye contact, sharing a handshake, sharing a hug, you know, sharing some wisdom. Stop being gatekeepers, because everybody has this thing where I got mine, you got to figure it out. You knew what it was like for you to try to figure it out and how no one helped you. So why would you want to be the person now that becomes what you didn't like and what you despise?
There you go.
So share, love, spread. And my Cash App is
I know that's right. And so that's what it kind of moves. And I see people come in the room. Hey, Alicia Stringer, L.A. Young, amazing artist. Alicia Stringer, L.A. Young, and Heidi Tan. Amazing. Hey, Deborah. And so we're gonna go into this segment. And I know I was so deep in this conversation that Dr. G does a segment called Mind, Body, and Soul.
Shoot, I gotta get a topic. All right. So usually, I'm just gonna go into it. Usually, I have a topic of discussion. I think of something health tip wise to kind of share. My goal is to give you enough information and get out before the crowd turns on me. Okay. So one of the things we're gonna talk about, I know all over the world we're hearing about prostate cancer now because of our President Joe Biden, what he's going through. Men. Just like we have women talking about breast cancer screening, all that stuff, men, you have to get your prostate checked. I know that you may feel it's not the most comfortable thing to do, but it's something that can save your life. Early detection for prostate cancer is 100% survival rate. Get it checked out. If you're between 50 and 79, you should get it checked out once a year or every other year. Okay. Signs that you can look for if you think you're having an issue is frequent urination, having issues with stopping and starting to urinate. When you urinate, you see semen or blood in your urine. Also, erectile dysfunction doesn't mean that you can't get it together. It could be an issue with your prostate. Now, there's ways you can get screened and get detected, have the prostate exam. There is something going on now for prostate screening through MRI, which is non-invasive. You lay on a table, you go through the magnet, they do a couple of scans, a couple of slices, we get early detection. Last week, we spoke about if you're not sure of your background, like for me, I was with my mom and my stepdad, so I don't know my paternal side of my family health. You get swabbed, DNA test that will tell you what you're predisposed to. Okay, so there's no excuse why you're not getting help. All right, it's going to save your life. Nothing to be embarrassed about. Men get checked. It's not about demasculating you, and I'm not getting that done. It could save your life. Why take that chance for something that it can be 100% cured? Just getting the swab and getting a DNA test done to see what you are prone to and not prone to genetically, it goes from your survival rate of being 29% to being 99%. So please get checked. If anyone has any questions about it and you don't want to address it here, my email is up on the screen, my website up on the screen. I'm not going to charge you for the questions. Send me an email. I can kind of guide you where you need to go because it's up to us to take care of everybody. So please get checked. Please get checked. And that's a health tip.
That's a health tip. I love it. And Dr. Durham, she takes Cash App, your Blue Cross Blue Shield, whatever insurance.
Venmo. Yeah. I take wire transfers, I take cash. You can put in an envelope. Your nana will fold that $5 bill up so tight and stick it in your hand. Fold it up, put it in the envelope, mail it. Listen, we take all that.
This.
No, and don't tell nobody. Don't you tell nobody. Tell them I gave you this. Tell them I gave you this. But yeah, prostate is because and my only thing about when a celebrity gets an illness, it becomes where it's the biggest thing ever. These things have been going on forever.
Yeah.
Upset about Joe Biden getting it. I'm upset about everybody getting it. So just make people aware of what's going on. You can get your prostate exam done. It takes you 5 minutes and you're done for a year or two. Okay. If you don't want to go that way because you don't want anything that's just, I guess, violating you in a sense,
Mhm.
there's now prostate screening through MRI. It's a scan. You lay down, nothing happens. We see it. Okay. Get your blood work done. Check your PSAs. For those who know what PSAs are, it's your prostate specific antigen. Get that checked in your blood work.
Right.
You have insurance. And if you don't have insurance, it's still not an excuse because there's charity care.
Yep. You got health.
And I'm sorry. And not
Mhm.
even that. Let's say you have to pay out of your pocket. Look at your feet. Look at your clothes. How much you spend on them sneakers, or them shoes, or that bag, or that shirt, or your glasses, your AirPods, your computer, your phone, which is probably gonna cost you more than the computer. I do not want to hear the excuses about why I did not get it done.
That's true. No excuses, people. You heard it
So
from
hashtag shame on you. And we all know, Jazzie, we don't go to who?
We don't use Dr. Google.
Thank you. Go see your physician. Go to the doctor. And I know we have all these urgent cares around, and I'm not knocking any urgent care, but get you a PCP, get your primary care physician, get you a regular doctor that you see every year that's going to follow you as you go along with your journey. Every year you get your blood work done. I don't want to hear about, oh, I can't remember to go. Go to birth month. Go your birth month. What month were you born? Go that month. Get all your checkups done that birth month. You don't forget your birthday, do you?
No.
Now, if you do, you got another problem. That's dementia. Listen. Selective dementia. Listen.
You need to do something.
So if you want to schedule all your appointments around your birthday month, do it that way. But take care of yourself. Your hottest and most rare commodity is yourself and your health. All the money in the world is not going to do anything for you.
You have to love yourself. Nobody's going to love you more than you love yourself. Okay? Take care of yourself.
100%.
It's all about self-care. And I thought it was funny when you was mentioning it, Dr. G, about my grandmother was such a church and God-fearing woman, right? And my grandmother did not cuss. Well, let me say, if she cussed,
that's like calling your whole government name, calling your first, middle, and last name. Okay.
Her favorite line is, you know what, boy? If I said, well, Grandma, I didn't take care of it, I would laugh to this day. She said, you know what? You need your ass cut. I said, that was her line. You need your ass cut. And that's what she was really mad. She was really mad. Yeah.
That's like calling your whole government name.
I used to laugh at that. But yeah, you think about those memories. And again, everybody, I see people coming in the room. That's right. Health is wealth. And for those who go back and watch the replay, a special guest is recording artist J. The Artist. His website is in the chat there. His new release is Unwind, and it came out 2025. There's a video, y'all. The video is awesome. And I hope when we close out the show, we're going to play the video so you can see a snippet of it. But go download the music. It's so important. Artists, indie recording artists. It's hard out here for a pimp. Y'all done heard that song.
Pimps up, hoes down.
They need indie artists, they need your support. They're not signed to.
I'm gonna make this one comment, and I know we have people that came on just to see J. Dot the artist, which is great, and we love the support. Well, come back next week. We're gonna be here with another guest, sharing more stuff, sharing our shit. Want you to share our stuff too.
Absolutely.
Don't just stop today. So next Monday we're gonna be right back. No, not Monday. It's a holiday, but it's a holiday. Everybody gotta have one day of rest. But come on back, y'all here. Look, come on back now. You're here.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because we gotta bring J. Dot the artist back.
Here to see me. I hope y'all heard that.
No, we gotta bring J. Dot the artist back. We can't just let it be one time.
And so, Jay, so how's the song been going? What's coming up next for J. Dot the artist? We want to know.
Yes.
Like, when perform a tour, we need some.
You know, and my 6-month goal is a regional tour. Most immediately is to get some performances. I'm working on lining up some performances for the summer. I've got a new single, well, a second single that I'll be putting out later on in the fall. But the goal is to keep riding Unwind. We are really striving to make Unwind go viral. That's the prayer. That's the prayer. That's the goal. That's the aim. That's what we're putting all of our energy into. And so we're going to follow that up with, like I said, an EPK that will land at the end of the year, and more performances, and hopefully a regional tour towards the end of 2025 going into 2026.
Okay.
As well as I just launched a merchandise line. I just launched a merch line. And so looking forward to starting to hopefully see people rock lyric tees. And so those are some of the things that we have.
Me and Dr. G will rock it on the show.
I will. So, you know, you've already got one coming from me to you.
We appreciate it. But anyway, even if, you know, I always tell artists, if you give me one, our ways back is we will still buy another one just to support the artist. Dr. G,
100%.
Most of the time, like when I buy artist music, I buy it in a different name. I don't want them to think, oh, we're Jazzie. So a lot of times if I download it, I say, hey, download this song, send it, you know, in somebody else's name, because it's about support.
It really is.
It's really about support. And it's not costing a lot, y'all. So these artists, and even there's so many indie recording artists that's on this live also too, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Collaborations. Hey, I don't know if you know my sister Alicia Stringer, LA Young.
Too.
That's right.
We got to know each other.
I mean, you need to connect with all of these powerhouse women. Cleveland Pete Jones, I think you already know. You know, and so when you go back and watch the replay, and I share that, reach out to these artists. Y'all reach out.
Absolutely.
It's all about
share my shit. Look, building. We're going to Jazzie. We're gonna put these artists. We're gonna make us a little compilation out. We're gonna get all kind of put one little song together here, one there. We're gonna make our own little album and our jazz festival, because we have some talented people here.
What?
Talented. I'm talking about real talent, not what they used to call that auto tunes.
Oh, Jay, definitely. Jay Dot the artist. Definitely no auto tunes. You don't need that. You don't need no background vocals. You don't need that.
Backup singer.
Yes, I do. I need my backgrounds. Like Paddle Bill, where am I
singers? Oh man, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Where are my singers?
Jazzie, I don't know. I just wanted to make sure I say thank you to you and Dr. G, and what's my brother's name that's been taking care of Dr. D. Chef D. Thank you all so much for having me on here. I am so grateful to be here, and I am looking forward to tapping into some of these artists whose names I've started writing. I'm definitely looking to networking with some of them, and hopefully we can make some amazing things happen. Thank you, Francis.
Yeah, and so Jay, you know, before we end this, and before you go, you know, I was going to put you on the spot, and you know, I love
doing that.
You know, who was some of your favorite artists you grew up listening to? Who were some of your favorite artists you been listening to?
Well, like I said, post my gospel era, when I had to listen to James Cleveland and Shirley Caesar, Home a Mule. Once I started kind of listening to who I like to listen to, not Not that I didn't love those people as well. But no, I would definitely say your James Brown, your John Legend, Michael Jackson. Who doesn't love Michael Jackson?
Yes.
Prince, you know, modern day Fantasia. But yeah, those are some of my people that I grew up listening to.
So the reason I've asked you that, you're gonna have to give us a sample or whatever you want to sing from one of those artists. Because I asked Jay this yesterday. I said, Jim, we'll put you on the spot.
Okay.
And so just share just a little bit with
you. Acapella, that all right?
Yeah, just a little.
Girl, close your eyes. Let the rhythm get into you. Don't try to fight it. There ain't nothing that you can do. Relax your mind. Lay back and groove with mine. And when you feel that beat, we can ride the boogie. Share that beat of love. I want to rock with you all night, dance you in today. I wanna rock with you, dance the night away.
There you go. Dance the night away. That's James.
Oh, no, we say it again. We want to thank J. Dot, the artist.
We love that. And my final question, I know Chef D is like, what kind of legacy do you want to leave, not just musically, but as a human being?
As a human being, wow. I think Beyonce, I'm just gonna have to borrow from her. Just to say I was here, I did my best to leave this world better than it was when I got here. Oh, wow. I was here. That's my legacy. I want to leave this world better than it was when I came on the scene in the 70s.
I love that. And ladies,
that part.
You heard it from J. Dot, the artist.
The artist.
Dot. You heard that, right? His new single is Unwind. It's available now wherever music is streaming. Follow him on Spotify. You also can follow him on, what's the other, IG, Instagram. You're also on TikTok.
Yes.
Also on TikTok. This website is Linktree right there for bookings. Hey, anybody need this brother? Jay, I'm just saying, do you perform at weddings, private parties, all that?
I perform in a backyard, in a barn with the chickens, wherever there's an opportunity, I am there. Yes.
Okay. While you back up with them chickens, you better grab some eggs.
Okay. 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 For real.
Okay.
I love that. I love that. And again, so can we just send people to the site when we get ready for the tour? Do you know when the second release is going to be at?
I'm going to leave that date unannounced at this point because I still want people to just get all into Unwind. But by all means, if you follow me, if you're following on Instagram, or the other social media platforms, that's usually where I put my updates for certain. Okay. But I will say it will be out before the end of the year.
Okay, well, we love that. And Jay, will you please come back to Artist Talk and hang out with us?
I would love to. I'm going to hang out with you guys, which I have done, and I think that's what really made me want to be on this show, watching several of your other artists on here. But I will definitely come back as a guest or just as a fly on the wall. Because you're doing great work. You guys are doing amazing work. And I'm just, again, it's an honor to have been on this platform this evening. Thank you.
It is truly an honor. And whatever we can do in our power to support your music, Dr. G and myself are in your corner, sir.
Thank you so much.
Can you stick around for just a minute for me?
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks so much. Hey, Dr. G, another great show, wouldn't you say?
Yes, sir. I love it. I love it. He has just that energy and that it factor.
He has that it factor. And Dr. G, so do you. Each and every, you know you have that it factor. Chef D has it. Everybody on this live has that it factor. I think a lot of times, don't you agree that people have to tap into what that it factor is?
Tap in.
You have to tap in.
Tap in. And we gotta continue to nurture it. And Chef, you are always in the back doing your magic. We love and appreciate you too. You have that it factor, sir.
Right. And so, again, thank each and everyone on this live. For those who go back and watch the replay, thank you for sharing the video. If you haven't, please go out and share it. People can go back and watch the live. Don't forget to go to my YouTube channel, K Ward Radio. Like the page. Please, folks, like the page. It's free. KWardRadio.com.
Like and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Yes.
Yeah, my address is there if you would like to. Hey, we take gifts over here, right, Dr. D? We take
sir.
Hey, anything you want to send us, we take support of the show. We got to keep the lights on, y'all. Y'all can send us $2 on a Cash App, ain't you? $2.
Yeah, I know when that bill get high and the prices go up, see stuff start getting dim.
Exactly.
Listen.
I know. Join me each and every Saturday on WVAS FM 90.7. Alabama State. Dr. G, tell them about your book and where to buy Nia the Germinator.
Nia the Germinator. You can go to our website, drgrandma@theapplife.info. She's there. Or you can simply put in NiaGerminator.com. She's always there too.
She is always there. Again, Dr. G, as always, thank you, my friend. And so next week will be a holiday. You have any plans?
Rest. Hashtag SYADSW. Sit your ass down somewhere.
All right.
At forever.com.
My family, LA Young. I just love LA Young. Let me tell you something. That lady, she's been on the show. She does this Phyllis Hyman tribute. And
yes,
my
she
God,
does.
My Lord.
And we bringing her back because I need to hear that.
Like I said, the
doors
down
to my soul. Follow down to my soul. Follow down to my soul.
The front door, the back door. Open up the windows and pass the collection plate.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey guys, thank you all so much. We look forward. Still join the show next week. It may be a repeat show, but you probably missed it, so you need to rewatch it anyway. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
That's right.
Remember, make sure you take care of yourself and always be kind to others. Don't forget, check out J. the Artist, his new single, Unwind. Go get it now. Take care.
It's the weekend, baby. Work is driving me crazy. Been feeling lately like I wanna. Some things don't need no words. Some things ain't got to be said. We know what time it is when we lock eyes and nod our heads. I'm about to hit up DoorDash and place my order. We about to be sheltered in place. Got myself a bottle of wine. Me and they about to unwind. He coming over, she coming over. He coming over, she coming over. About to pull him closer, pull her closer. To pull him closer, yeah. We gonna do grown folk things. I'm in the mood, hope you can hang. It's about that time for us to unwind. To be or not to be, let's Netflix.